Hello Libras, welcome back to the Existential Shift. This will be your reading for November. Hope you had a wonderful birthday. So I woke up this morning and I was like, today I'm going to do Libra. And then I felt like I need to breathe. Not like in a, oh my God, I'm choking, but more like suddenly my body was, I was suddenly very aware that I'm breathing shallow, like really small. And I'm like, I should be more aware of my breathing. I'm spiritual. So I was like, okay, let's breathe deep, in and out. And I did that for like 10, 15 minutes straight before I got out of bed. And I literally felt my blood circulation move differently. So some of you out there need to breathe like differently, like, properly through your nose and out of your mouth. Fill up your lungs. Imagine that the oxygen goes everywhere. The body needs oxygen. So I don't know who needed to hear that, but just it also calms the nerves a lot. Maybe it's something that air signs are going through, because Gemini had something similar. Allow oxygen to help the system if you feel like you need it. You can just try it and see if it works. Okay, let's start with an animal spirit and then move on to the tarot. One animal spirit for the focal point for the reading for my Libra seekers. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, Mars. One card, please. I'm going to take the elk. It was at the bottom of the bunch that fell down, because before I pressed play and I was shuffling a little bit and the elk fell. So the elk came out. So I'm like, okay, the elk wants to be here for you guys. This is very earthy energy, and I'm suddenly very much aware of, the black moon here. It looks to me like a portal to space, almost like we're in this bubble and there's a peeking hole to the outside infinity. And this is very much like the light versus the empty matter. Empty matter holds all matter. Empty matter, the darkness, is what holds the light. And it's almost like something in you, and you can see it like with his, you see how they glow? They have the same colors as this right here. I feel like some of you guys are, this is like the crown chakra. I'm getting something really interesting from this card at this moment. Like something about your crown chakra, your higher self is really pulling you up into space, into the heavens, almost like you either want to connect with extraterrestrials, speak with other dimensions, speak with entities. Like you're really geared towards, like your consciousness is really geared towards the outside realms. Now, I'm not getting a detached essence because the elk is very earthy. It's very connected. I feel like a lot of you guys have been doing a lot of the 3D work of becoming conscious of life here on this planet, of playing the game of life, of understanding that if you're only out there and you're not in here, then you're lost. You're not expanded, you're lost. Being expansive is being both, and understanding, duality as means to achieve wholesomeness. And it's almost like, okay, I understand light, I understand matter, I understand, it's clear to me what is going on over there. It's like you're feeling drawn. Some of you are starting to channel. Interesting. Some of you are connecting into, you feel like messages are coming in without, if some of you that are watching like are occultists, maybe you also read tarot or do numerology or runes or astrology, and you always used a vessel, a tool, in order to get your messages. Some of you are starting to just pick it up like without the tool, and it's like, oh, that's interesting, I just knew that without opening the cards. It's an interesting transition when you go through that. It's like an interesting leap of suddenly not having to shuffle the cards in order to speak to people. I know I've went through that, and I know I'm still going through that. I still haven't went through the transition, for example, on my channel, because people love tarot and I love tarot, and it's a great way to gain messages in a very creative, storytelling, compelling way. But I'm starting to feel like it's getting there also to my work, right? Where I will no longer need the tarot. Don't worry about it. I will use tarot, guys. We're not going anywhere. But I feel like this is for some of you out there, like you're starting to pick up. And maybe that's why you need to breathe, to focus on your breathing, because as it will grow and strengthen, your wires, your neurotransmitters will start picking up things that are outside of your physical condensed 3D body, and you'll need to help them kind of not get all rattled within that, like help them expand to those, how should I phrase this? In order for your neurotransmitters to pick up on information that is exterior to the brain per se, they need to have a wider perspective, or a stronger pickup, like a stronger what's the word? Reception, more reception. It's almost like it's what you need to have stronger reception and connect easier is more oxygen. So just do the breathings and somehow it will help you connect better. I did not see this message coming. That's why I love doing what I'm doing. You never know what will come up. I never know what will come up. When I plan on saying something, when I actually have something that I want to say, very rarely do I get to actually say it. The minute I press play and shuffle and start talking, it's like whatever needs to come out comes out. Love it. Okay, Scorpio seasons for Libra. We got this. We got this. These are the Golden Universal Tarot. Guide me to guide Libras through the month of November, please. Messages for Libra. And intuitively guided and cross watchers. For this coming month, please. No. Almost. It was an almost. What was an almost? Okay. 3 cards fell down. Let's see what happened. Here you are. King of Swords. 5 of Pentacles. And Temperance. Okay, someone wants to make peace. Someone wants to make a compromise. Someone wants to clear the air, have a conversation. Something bad went down, like harsh words were said. Very difficult emotions, feeling someone felt betrayed. And now there's an attempt for resolution. I feel like this King of Swords here should try to communicate less from the mind and the intellect and more from the heart with the Temperance here, because King of Swords is very Libra energy. It's very justice energy. It's the objective black and white cognitive truth. Okay, it's very systematic. It's very dry, the dry law. The Temperance is the infinite truth of everything. You know, the rainbow between the extremities, the compromise. Everything has a level of truth in it depending on the perspective. And if we judge things from the heart and not from the mind, then everything can be understood and mellow. So to have these two, representatives of truth, but a different type of truth, Temperance coming after Five of Pentacles, there's a call to like put down the sword of reason and pick up the heart of compassion, the cup of compassion. Ooh, hello, confirmation. Three of Cups. Yeah, for a reunion to occur, there needs to be a sensation of flow and ease, and not like of a rigidity of judgment. That's what I'm getting. Also, someone is doing some drinking to numb their pain. Going out a lot, having a lot of fun, to just kind of not deal with the uncomfortable feels. You have to feel, in this case most especially. It's interesting how this just, the elk here is like looking at this King of Swords and like, let's step out of the mind and pick up the intuitive understanding, maybe of a different type of communication, a different type of compromise, different type of, because if you come to someone, or if someone comes to you telling you all the right reasons why you should be talking, well, if the person is hurt by you, they're hurt. You can't argue that. You can't argue someone's emotions, right? It doesn't matter if you're right or wrong. You might think you're right in your head. They might think they're right in their head. Maybe they are, maybe they aren't. Maybe you are, maybe you aren't. Bottom line, you can't argue with someone's emotions. So you have to approach it from a softer place. Okay. Ooh, many cards. Oh, 4 cards? Really? Okay. Ooh. Sorry, that was a little bit of a monologue. Knight of Swords, Knight of Pentacles, 7 of Wands, Page of Wands. Oy. In Yiddish, oy vey. Okay, let me look at this for a second. So there's definitely a confrontation. One person is coming, with a more peaceful attitude, and the other one is angry. They have a lot to say. Maybe rightly so. But I'm getting that if one person comes with a mellow approach and the other comes with a very sharp, angry approach, what will happen is either just an argument and one person is like, F this, I don't want to handle this, and they'll just walk away because they're still not in a place that has. Page of Wands, is a lovely energy, but it's very young energy. It's mutable fire. It doesn't want to deal, especially with the 7 of Wands. It's like, oh, I don't, it's like, oh, I don't want this headache. I don't want these nonsense. I'm just going to go. It's like, it's not an energy that is capable of sitting and dealing, right? It requires a lot of grounded energy and maturity and inner strength to be able to sit and deal with an uncomfortable conversation that either puts you on the spotlight or expresses someone's frustration with you. Again, it could be vice versa. So maybe tact-wise, if let's say you're angry and upset with someone and you're meeting for a conversation, if you want something to come of it, I'm not saying that you're wrong by being angry. I'm not saying that you don't have all the right reasons in the world to be upset and tell them everything you think and know. but maybe try to think of the goal, and be like, okay, what approach will actually lead to good results, right? So if it serves the results, go for it. I'm not saying to not express yourself and to not say, or stand up for yourself, but maybe maybe lower the tone, maybe in a softer, like, kind of be wise about it. That's what I'm saying. Be wiser than smarter. Ask yourself if you want to be right or if you want to be happy, kind of thing. Now, I'm not saying to just enable or to, roll over, play dead if someone did something not cool. Speak your mind, stand up for yourself. Just do it in a way that the other person is capable of absorbing. Understand who you're dealing with. And if this is the other way, Libra, if you're the energy that is, that someone calls you out on something and you feel like you just don't want to deal with it and you don't have the energy for it, think what happens the second you go out the door. Are you okay with going out, leaving, and knowing that then this will never be resolved, kind of thing, right? So whomever I'm speaking to, you both need to look a few steps forward and be like, do I like the potential consequence of what it is that I'm about to do or the way I'm about to express myself? If you do, great. If you don't, if you feel like it might result in regret, there's the breathing again. Take a deep breath and stick through it. Whoever is angry, express yourself, but take deep breaths in between and express yourself in as mellow as possible. And whoever is kind of getting the heat, breathe deep and try to not run away. Especially if you feel like, especially if you can be honest with yourself and be like, okay, this person is, have the right to be mad, or what they're saying is true. And the only thing that bothers you is the way. I get that, but still, consider. Does that make sense? Libra, what's going on? It's like one person is like constantly does the thing of, I don't need this. I have so many options. I can just go there. I can be with this, and I can do that. And then it's kind of an ego, a little bit of vanity there. And then they go, and then they're like, I miss this person, or I wish I didn't do that. And then they keep repeating the same thing, and it seems like they're not learning from it. Libra, if this is you, maybe it's time to learn from it. Maybe Mercury retrograde is now a great opportunity to have the conversations that are really uncomfortable. And if you're the one doing the calling out or the expressing frustration, take a deep breath. Okay, I'm just repeating myself. Let's keep going. For Libra, for November. Show me more, please, for Libra for November. Anything else you want to tell me about this? I'm also seeing two guys that go out and like make bets of which one of them can get the girl, whichever girl that they see that they like in the bar or in the place. Like, I'm gonna go and try to make a move and see how she responds, and then you're gonna go and try to make a move and see how she responds and see which one of us she likes better. Like, it's almost like a game to them. On the surface, it's a game, but it's actually a real competition, and both pretend to not care, to have it like just a silly game, but both actually really care. Be careful of that if you're doing that. I know it's very specific because it will backfire one time. Like, you'll encounter someone that will pick up that she just saw the two of you like whispering in the corner, and now you're acting like you don't know each other. So she'll be like, "What kind of game are you playing?" And no, I'm just getting that subtly. Interesting. Okay, show me more. Woo! The sun is here. Yay! Oh my God, the sun and Six of Wands. Oh. Okay, so The sun fell on the table this way. Six of Wands fell on the floor. And then as I picked up the sun, look who peeked. The Tower. Guys, if you don't want to get someone pregnant or get pregnant, have a safe hookup. Basically, this is like a hookup resulting in pregnancy. Hello. It was fun, and now we're friends for life because we have a child. It's like so be careful of that if you don't want that to happen. If that already happened to you, take responsibility. It's the only option you can do. Now, if this is not about that, it's funny. Libras, you're funny today. Let me look. Someone has been covering a difficult, challenging situation that they were dealing with or are dealing with, and acting like they're victorious and everything is fine, while behind the scenes everything's crumbling. This could be someone who's lying about their financial situation. They could be in debt, but they acting like everything is sunshine and great, maybe to maintain a persona in front of the kids or in front of the partner or in front of the coworkers or the friends or whatever. But I feel like they're doing it in a way that isn't like they're working on it, right? As they are hiding it, they're also working on improving it and just getting things back on track. I'm actually seeing them getting things back on track. It's just that you should know that truth always comes out, especially with the Sun card. So this will be exposed. So if you don't want someone in your life to feel like you've lied to them, to feel like betrayed by you, to feel like you've been hidden secrets from them, tell them yourself, because it will get found out. And if they'll find out by themselves and not from you, it will be much worse than it would if you'll just talk to them about it. I find that people should give each other way more credit and benefit of the doubt. A lot of times, people will lie to their loved ones or friends because they feel like maybe they won't be able to handle it, or they need to handle whatever this is on their own and not have them know. It's kind of disrespectful. People in your life are not children. Give them the benefit of the doubt. Give them the respect they're worthy of, and they might surprise you and be super awesome about it and be super mature about it. And this way you can cooperate and work together as opposed to go behind someone's back. And I always say, if the conversation is about me, I need to be in this conversation. Don't decide things around me, behind me. If they affect me in any way, have to do with me in any way, whether directly or indirectly, I have the right to make my decisions and to be an active part of something that has to do with me as well. You don't have the right to hide anything from me, right? So, same. If you're going through something and you're trying to hide it from a loved one, I recommend not to, because it will be discovered, and then this person will just feel betrayed and lied to, and then you have another. Instead of one problem, you have another problem. Now you have two problems. As opposed to, had you shared it in the beginning, then you'd have half a problem, because your person would probably help you out or just be a part of it. And it's not a matter of burdening anybody. It's a matter of letting people make their own decisions. If someone wants to be there for you, that's their right to decide, or to decide not to. But you have to give them the option, just like you would want someone else to give this option to you. Maybe you're on the other end, of the stick. In this one, maybe you're feeling like someone's hiding something from you, and that's a possibility. In that case, they might be going through something and they're acting like business as usual. So there might be a court case, justice in the bottom. There might be a court situation or a divorce situation or a financial lawsuit, something that someone is trying to hide from someone, and they're waiting for it to be resolved before they approach or before they talk to you about it. or before they do something. Okay, great. If someone wants to do something the right way and to first clear out things that are not good before they move on to something else or whatever, that's great, but don't hide it. Communicate. Say, hey, I can't be with you right now, or I can't do this right now, or I'm a little bit weird recently because of XYZ I'm going through. I would understand if you don't want to take part of it, but if you do, then this is what I'm going through. I don't want to lie. I don't want to hide it from you. You deserve to know. Do to another what you would like another to do for you. No one likes to be lied to. No one. You know? Just a little bit of advice. You can do what you want, of course. But you can still do that with communicating it. Okay, let's keep going. You want to look at the cards? I will look deeper into the interaction between you and your person of interest, whatever this is about, you know, in the aspects of the love, in the extended. I will do a double pentagram and we'll see deeper into your aspects, into your person's aspects, and to the evolution of the connection throughout November. Okay, what else can you tell me for Libra for this reading? Anything else for November for Libra? Another knight. This is the third knight on the table. Knight of Wands. There's a lot of impatient on the table. We also have the Page of Wands and the Tower. Someone is really impatient to get to a goal, and they're running ahead of themselves. There's a lot of rushing, or people rushing into something, or there's like a lot of movement, a lot of interactions, a lot of meetings in order to figure something out with 10 of Pentacles. Interesting. Hold on. This is very interesting. From 5 of Pentacles to 10 of Pentacles. The energy is doubled. Some of you have been very, very active, like moving a lot, working a lot. And oh my God, with the sirens, I'm so sorry. Hold on. It's driving me nuts. I can't focus. Okay, great. Thank you. Being super active, moving a lot, doing a lot, trying a lot of things, because you want to get to this 10 of Pentacles. You want to have and be a part of something more wholesome and successful, which is great. But please don't burn yourself down. 7 of Wands, especially with the Page of Wands, is a highly unfocused energy. If you want this, and if you want the Sun, focus is very important. Do one important thing at a time, step by step. Don't skip stages. What you skip now will trip you over later. That's kind of the energy here. So it looks like the intention is very good, but maybe the way of going about it is a little bit scattered. There's a sense of being in a rush to achieve something. Some of you might be competing with other people over something. Can you clarify this 10 of Pentacles for me, please? The World card. Wow. You want the full Monty. You want the love, you want the success, you want the stability, you want the recognition. That's amazing. That's great. But there's a real sense of, you know, running super fast here with the Tower for a very big goal. And these things, you know, they take time. Magic trick won't get you to the 10 of Pentacles and the World card. The work will. The World card is the last card on the deck. It's after the Fool went through. all the other 76 cards, and then this is the 77th card. The Fool will be the 78th. 77th card of the completion. The world is the Fool and all of the journey that he went through all together. There's also family reunion here. Sorry, let's put that aside for a second. So to get to that level, you have to actually go through the journey, not rush through it, not rush through the lessons or through the experiences, but like every experience needs to be experienced. When you're in a hurry, everything moves slower, because what happens is you skip stages and then you have to go back and fix certain things that weren't done properly, and then that ends up wasting more time than would have gone by if you had just done things slowly and properly in the first place, right? Because then you have to repeat it. There's a lot of energy on the table. It's also, oh my God, there's so much energy here. There's a lot of people and there's a lot of different readings. Take it slow, Libra, with your breaths. If you want to do things really big, you have to be wise about them. Communicate to everyone involved. Plan and do things one at a time. You are getting there. These cards are on the table and they're in there upright. You are going there, but it's like the message is like almost like really wants you to get there, so it gives you the guidance that will actually help you get there. And your intuition is skyrocketing. It's almost like you have a very clear vision about what you want and what you can have for yourself, so you already want to live in that vision. Here, okay guys, watch my the blessings and curse of being a seer. It's on my 13th element playlist. I'm actually also wearing a hoodie there, and I'm in nature, like on a lake. And I talk about the blessings and the curse of being a seer. When you have a vision and you see something that that isn't yet existing, and then you have to go through the process of getting there and the 3D buildup towards it, and you know, the combination of inner strength and patience that it requires. It can be very challenging, because when you don't know what's going to happen, you're just focusing in the moment. But when you feel like you know what's going to happen, you're there, thus you're not focusing in the moment. That is the thing that will actually build that future, right? So the vision becomes more and more distance because of that. It becomes more and more elusive, and then you start thinking, was it real or did I just imagine? It was real, but you made it elusive by chasing it and not working towards it. Does that make sense? I hope it does. Now, some of you have an overnight success. This is like a whole other level in the reading. An overnight success. Now, it seems overnight. You went through the shit. Excuse my language. But then an opportunity out of nowhere comes along, and it's like immediate. Now, there might be like you're called to replace someone last minute. Say something happened to someone last minute, and they can't make it, and so they're asking you to fill in. And it's out of the blue, and you have to just take the opportunity. In this case, take the opportunity. Because this can also mean a lot of opportunities coming in at once, and you're like, oh, this is all great. What do I do? You have to be selective. In order to get what you want, you have to know how to say no. When you say yes to everybody, but then don't follow through, then you're the one who looks like an ass eventually. But when you say no, it's respected. No, I can't. No, it's not enough money for me. No, it's not the type of connection I'm looking for. No. And when you say no to the things you don't want, you make room for the things that you do want. Haha. is so much more simple than we give it credit. We try to complicate it. It's just a matter of what we make space for. The parts of us that we choose to feed. If you don't want to work for free, say no to freebies. And by the way, the second you decide I'm no longer working for free, 10th gazillions of people will be like, can you do this for me? Can you do this for me? It's your own test that you put for yourself. Do you mean it? Say no. Only working for pay. Okay? If you decide that you only want a serious, loving relationship and you don't want to be an option anymore, then the next time someone hits you up that you know you've always been an option to them. You know they never looked at you seriously and they probably never will, and they constantly treat you like an option. Guess what? This is your chance to say no. Nope. And then the things you want to say yes to will start coming because they'll have room. You have to first stop the wheel in motion, the wheel that you don't want to move. You have to stop its motion. And another wheel will have an opportunity to move the way you want it to. I like this hoodie thing. I like it. It's my Celtic look. My druid look. Let's pull out this is looking good, Libra. There's great opportunities, but also a lot of tests, like little tests. Who are you today? What do you want? Say, if you decide on something, the next thing that comes along that doesn't align with it, say no, thank you. And if it aligns with it, say yes, great, thank you. One more spirit animal for Libras to finish up the message. Don't worry, I'll continue this on Vimeo. I'll also finish up with rune reading. Speaking of druids, I'll pull out runes. I just learned. I'm sorry. I want to share something with you guys, and then I'll pull out another animal spirit. So I knew that the name Morgane means ocean spirit or ocean warrior because in Celtic and Irish, Mor means ocean, right? But I just learned that in Old Welsh, Morgane actually means great queen. Mor is also great, and Gain is also queen. I just enjoyed learning that. Oh, maybe I'll call this video Great Queen. It has nothing to do with the video, with the reading. But honestly, there's so many things going on. I don't know how to name this video. Great Queen it is. I mean, there are a lot of knights on the table. Maybe this is all in the name of this Great Queen. I don't know. Maybe there's a feminine here that has a lot of people competing over her heart. And she needs to be like very selective and only say yay to those or to the one who shows her that they mean business. Maybe this is a message for you feminines out there. This could be for you men as well, if you feel like you're in that place. Oh yeah, someone is really in the spotlight. There it is. Someone is super in the spotlight. Another strong message is coming in. Very in the spotlight, really shines bright, very successful, or are going to be. This is an energy that is either now or will be very successful. And they need to align their own understanding of themselves with that. They need to catch up with themselves, like literally catch up with their own perception of themselves. Because the more you shine, the more people will want to interact with you. It's not, doesn't say anything bad about them. It's completely natural. And so if you feel like this might be you, then this could be a lot of things are going to come in. Options, opportunities, offers. Don't be in a hurry to, I mean, if it's coming right, if it's coming beautiful and it feels good and it sounds good and it looks good and it's all good, then yeah, of course, move forward. But if you have doubt, allow yourself to take your time. If you're not sure, allow yourself to ask questions. This seems to be a repetitive theme. I've had it in several readings. Okay, one more. Oh. Nightingale. Okay. Yeah, it's time to, someone needs to not hide their thoughts, opinions, truth anymore. If you've kept your knowing, your intuition, your side, if you just notice things and you used to not say anything, I can relate to that. For the sake of political correctness and for the sake of making people feel comfortable next to me, I hide most of what I know, not from a place of lying, but like I pick up on the smallest nuances that you didn't even know exist in body language, and I connect the dots immediately, and it's energetically I can feel, it's just I sense something is hidden, like I have this. And I used to just not say things because on the surface, there's no reason for me to say something that isn't shown to me on the surface, right? And also from a place to, to give people their right to maintain their lies. Okay. It's good to a certain extent, to a certain degree, but not if it completely, you shouldn't have to dim your light to make other people feel comfortable. Most especially if it has to do with things that people do to you, say about you, say to you, that are either manipulative or deceitful, or flat out not right. Calling them out on that is okay. It's legitimate and it's worthy. Remember what I said? If you're mentioned in the conversation, you ought to be a part of the conversation. If you sense that, try to avoiding expressing yourself just because you feel like they won't understand where it comes from or how you know or whatever. If you pick up on nuances like that, it's time to speak. I'm not saying go and shout at people or make them feel like shit. No, there's a way to do anything, and it could most definitely come with compassion and understanding. Be like, hey, I understand why you felt like you need to lie to me this way or to do things that way. I mean, but maybe you can consider doing it this way, in a way that is more respectful to me, or in a way that isn't deceitful towards me, right? Because I think maybe a lot of you in the past, like maybe childhood or growing up, have been really expressive. Like you didn't have the political correct walls of, the social conformity kind of thing. You didn't pick up on that yet. Well, obviously we're growing up. That's how it goes. So you would just always say what you see and say what you know and say what you think. And you've learned that people really distance themselves from you or get upset with you or deflect or gaslight you to try to avoid responsibility or try to avoid admitting to whatever it is that you see. So you learned to kind of shut yourself down and feel bad about seeing or bad about knowing. It's absurd. The pendulum effect, right? You were in one extreme, you had to go through the other extreme of extreme political correctness and kind of, lowering yourself a little bit so others will feel better. Time to find that balance. that sweet spot, that silver lining, where you get to say and speak your truth in a way that people not only will accept, but maybe even respect. You're called out to do so, Libra. Good luck. Okay, I'll see you in a second in the extended. Check out the description box if you want a mentorship with me or just a regular private reading. Tarot Masterclass, my online archive that I've created for Tahochis, beginners, professionals alike. All information is below. I love you guys very much. I'm on Instagram if you want to join me there. Subscribe if you haven't yet. Press the subscribe button and then the bell button next to it, or don't if you don't want to. If you feel part of this journey, of this shift, if you vibe with me, subscribe. If not, it's okay. Tons of amazing, fantastic readers out there. We all have our journey and where we're at on it, and all good. Love you guys anyway, and sending you blessings. Have an amazing November, and see you soon.